Greetings. This is SkySaunders scene. What's current? Diddy. Diddy's innocent. Diddy's an innocent man. He's definitely an innocent man. However, we must be aware of the fact that the allegations are so plentiful, and it's a circus. It's a circus now. It's anybody and everybody piling on with the ringmaster, with the elephants, with the high wire acts, all of that, the Cirque du Soleil, style of extravaganzas and entertaining. I mean, this is sad. It's not really entertaining, but it's a sad situation. Diddy has new accusers of sexual assault allegations. This time it's men. So this is what's interesting. They were said to have been drugged and sodomized by the mogul. This is a very running theme that goes throughout all of these cases. Somebody was sodomized, somebody was knocked out, somebody was brought to a bed chamber, somebody was bent over on the bed on all fours. All kinds of disturbing, disgusting things have come to light in a form of allegations. None of this has been proven. Diddy is still innocent. He's still an innocent man. He may be locked up behind bars, but he still maintains his innocence, and he is pled not guilty. So this is what they call the Weinstein effect, because the lawyers of Harvey Weinstein are saying that there's a difference in the allegations between Mr. Weinstein and Mr. Combs, and they could not be any more different. In New York, Mr. Weinstein is an innocent man, anxiously waiting his trial to finally clear his name here. Well, from my understanding, Weinstein was convicted. If I'm not mistaken, he was convicted of most of these, if not all these charges. So he's not an innocent man. I mean, they can say he's innocent in a metaphorical way, but that's as close as you're gonna get. So I got 3 people in here, 3 likes. I'm not mad. Let's get that up to 300,000 people in here and 300,000 likes. Let's do that. My main man King, he says, "Yo, Sky, peace up to you, sir. Salute to you." Now it's 6 people. Can we have a party in here? Is there gonna be a party today? Let's see what happens. Let's see if we have a party. Let me see who the name is. Thomas Giuffra. He is saying that according to him, the similarities between their stories caught his attention right away. He also noted how alleged abusers tend to have patterns, including disgraced former Hollywood producer Harvey Weinstein. Weinstein's own attorney, Arthur Adala, promptly fired back, claiming that he and Diddy's allegations are nothing alike. Okay, there are something. Okay, it's a party. You got 10 people in here. That's automatically like 70 people, I think. That's how it compounds. But anyway, he's saying that Arthur Adala says they're nothing alike. Okay, they obviously are something alike. There's a high-powered, super, powerful mogul that has access to women, and allegedly, or in Weinstein's case, I think definitely, because he was convicted. That all proved to be truthful. Let me see. Let me make sure he's a convict. Yes, he was convicted, so he's guilty. He's guilty. He can't say otherwise. He's a guilty individual. Got some music I want you to check out. All right, send it to my email. Send it to skyrlersounders@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to listen to the music. with Weinstein. It's an apt idea. The Weinstein effect. It's what snowballed and carried out people like Matt Lauer, Garrison Keillor, Charlie Rose, and a whole load of other men afterwards. So it's the Me Too effect. It's the Weinstein effect. It's all those things. But I think he's making a distinction because Weinstein's lawyer is making a distinction because Diddy has male accusers. Weinstein had, I think, only female accusers. I think he only had female and women who accused him of such horrific acts. And so it's a circus. It's Cirque du Puff Daddy. That's what the runner is. Diddy is innocent. Cirque du Puff Daddy. So that's what this really is. It's a big circus because it's like everybody's coming out of the woodworks. Everybody's piling on. Everybody's going crazy over the allegations, and it's just making it a big to do. And we will see if it's over nothing, or if some of these things will actually stick. If the civil cases will do Diddy in financially, we shall see. We shall see. But for now, I think it's something like what most people are have said. You fall. The mighty has fallen. I'm down to 0 people now. I was up to 10. Now I'm down to 0. I love it. I love how this works. I have no idea how the hell this thing works, but that's fine too. It is an outright lie to say that Harvey Weinstein had a pattern of drugging women and sexual abusing them. His lawyer told TMZ. Not one accuser of Mr. Weinstein has ever alleged that. To make such a claim is reckless and irresponsible. The differences in the allegations between Mr. Weinstein and Mr. Combs could not be any more different. In New York, Mr. Weinstein is an innocent man. Okay, I read that. All right. So, I mean, you have to be very specific because we had ABC News fork over $15 million because of their correspondent. I guess he's an anchor and a correspondent or something like that. George Stephanopoulos, he said that President-elect Trump raped one of these women, and that was not the case. It was a much milder altercation between this woman and Mr. Trump, and they had to pay $15 million and issue an apology over that whole thing. So I'm trying to watch my dumb ass, my mouth, so I don't get caught up in something with some $15 million something. They said there's a saying though that I may be somewhat protected because I'm not famous and I'm not rich and I have no assets. So that's like the clean route to go. I never said anything that I didn't say that was alleged. I never said anything malicious. I never said anything that was untoward. I said only the facts and allegations. I've said accusing people of something or alleging people of doing something. That's it. That's all I have. I've only given facts and allegations. That's all I've done in these past few weeks. So that has to be acknowledged. With Diddy, it just makes it even worse because the comparison to Harvey Weinstein is not a good comparison. You don't want to be compared to Harvey Weinstein ever in your life at all. That's something that you don't want. But apparently it's come to that. 3 men recently alleged that Diddy drugged and sodomized them. So that's the cutoff, I guess, is that Weinstein had, women, and Diddy allegedly had men and women. And everybody is saying like, shoot, let me get my lawyer. Let me see if I can get, you know, at least 250K off of this thing. Something like that. Let me try to see if I can get, you know, a little bit of, yeah, a little something. But Hove said it best. Sean Corey Carter, not Sean John Combs. Sean Corey Carter, better known as Jay-Z, Hove, Jigga Man, whatever you want to call him. He said, you know, these are all criminal cases. Rape, sexual assault, that's a criminal case. Why are you giving me a civil lawsuit? That's a good point. That's what I've been saying the whole time. Why are they civil lawsuits? These are crimes. What are you talking about? And the woman has an inconsistency in her deportment and her allegations. She's admitted to that. But she has autism. She's a white woman. She goes before a jury. They're gonna be like, oh, she was taken advantage of, allegedly. Oh, she was, you know, he just took her. They took the snatch. They partied up, you know. They switched positions. They took turns. Oh my God, this is horrible. I can't believe this. But that's all alleged. All alleged. Accusing someone. My bad, I was trying to send an email. It's all good. It's all good. I still got 2 people in here. As long as I got 3 people in here, I'm good. That's my core audience. 2 and 3 people. When I had 9,000 viewers or views at one time, that was not my core audience. I'm laughing, but, you know, because I think that's funny. You know, 2 or 3 people every now and then come in, and then go back out. See, it goes down to 1. But 1 is a lot of, like the late great Simple the Pimp said, a whole lot of 1s beats a whole lot of none. So that makes sense for viewers, but not a whole lot of sense for money for me. I need a whole lot of 1s. I need a whole lot of and no nuns. She also should only be able to collect based on how much money Jay-Z had at the time of the offense. Yes! If they want to do the age at the time of offense, give the amount of money that Jay-Z had. And he had probably like $50 million at that time. Somewhere around there. North of $50 million. He's now worth $2.7 billion. So they should factor that in. That's a good point, King. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you for that little tidbit. I appreciate that. Yeah, she should definitely be held accountable in that way. But I think it's possible that Diddy is, you know, is gonna fight. I think he's gonna fight a lot. I think he's gonna fight. He's gonna point people out. You were here, you were there. I got video of you over there. I got audio recording of you over there. That's what I think is gonna happen. I think that's what's gonna go down. So, if he has any way of defeating his monsters, his inner demons, he will be able to, fight this whole case. All these cases will be, knocked down and knocked away without any sense of him being responsible for all this. Hey, 13X, what's up, Skylar? You put the A in there. You in the ER, SKYLER. When we're gonna talk about the drones, we may talk about the drones, in the next half hour. I still think that it's very it's very plausible. It's not anything about aliens or anything like that. It's like, what are drones? What is the definition of a drone? So these mystery drones spark theories from aliens and all that. It's like it's goofy. Maybe in the next and in the half hour later, we'll talk about it. I got some info on the drones. Oh, we might talk about it now. We might talk about it now. If you got info, and I can ride off of it, because I didn't even, I didn't even explore it that much. Excuse me. It's just like, the balloon from 2023 that everybody was like, oh my God, it was a balloon. A Chinese balloon drifted away from its intended place. We know better. They were trying to spy it, allegedly. Make a continuous low humming sound. You talking to me? You trying to make me make a drone sound? No, I'm good, man. I'm good. So, what is a drone but like a helicopter? I mean, they're technically helicopters. Isn't that exactly what a drone is? Isn't that exactly what a helicopter is? A drone? I mean, what is the difference? They said they're size of buses and sometimes of small vehicles, small cars. That's definition. That's definition of a drone. What is the definition of a drone? Did I say it? I know. Mom remember me saying that. And I'm terrible doing these goddamn videos because I mumble and stumble and I'm just trying to get some money out here. That's all I'm doing. To be honest with you, they had a conference with all the mayors in NJ, and they were told that a container arrived with radioactive material that came up missing. All right, we'll talk about the drones. If you both, there's two people in here, 13X and King. If you both bring in at least 3 or 4, or maybe to 40 people, 3 to 40 people. Like, a lot of people have friends. I don't have buddies really like that. I have friends, but they're not close and personal friends. But one of my friends, he's not close and personal, but he's a good friend, is Peng, and he has a website called Lifestrong Apparel. Go there for treats for your dog, some purple sea moss, a pound of wild crafted sea moss gel, and even snapbacks with the Lifestrong logo on them. So definitely check out lifestrongapparel.com. When you make your purchases, you go to the checkout, put in SKYLER10 or Skyler10, and you'll get 10% off all your purchases. And make sure this, you contact him and say, that goofy guy SkySaunders sent me here, and I'm just trying out your products. Thanks a lot. So definitely take advantage of that 10% off of the items he has, and make it special. And why is it just New Jersey? That's the weird thing. I mean, people have asked that already, but it's just a strange thing. It's like maybe they're testing for different soil compounds. They could be testing for different ways of collecting data, from the surrounding areas, and trying to check in zones. Now I have 0 people. King and 13X aren't on here on my live. They're on their live. They're like, I'm here. No, but I see 0 people. 0. I see nobody. All right, see, he's here. King is here. That's where it went missing from. Okay, that's where it went missing from. Okay. So there was a drone already on the ground, and apparently somebody must have broken into some facility and stole it and using it. I see you, King, but my that's why I said my end says that it's 0, but I see you, sir. All right, so we have is that the case? That's where it went missing from. It was already somebody might have broke in. There could have been like a Chelsea, what's the name? Chelsea Manning, Chelsea Manning, or what's his name? Not Snowden, but I'm trying to think. I'm looking for it right now. I can't think of the name. What's his? There's not Edward Snowden, but the other guy, WikiLeaks, Julian Assange. Is there a Julian Assange or something like that that breached a facility somewhere in New Jersey? What they have? What's the base there? Air Force Base in McGuire Air Force Base. Yeah, thank you, King. They said the container was breached and the radioactive material was gone. Wow. I didn't even hear about all that. Missing in New Jersey. Okay. So what does that mean? Radioactive material? Is that like a bomb or some kind of missile or some kind of explosives? Is that what the reality is? 1 second, he says. All right. Now it says one. It says one finally again. Drones were not tracking missing radioactive material in New Jersey. A theory that missing radioactive material could be linked to the string of mysterious drone sightings has been disproven. It's been disproven, I see. It has been disproven. This is what the story said. Or I don't know if I can do that because I think that'll stop the show. Send it to my email, please. I appreciate that, King. Send that to my email, please. Because if I tap on it, it'll stop the show, I think. But here we go. The mysterious drones spotted over New York and New Jersey could be searching for missing radioactive material, according to New Jersey mayor. Appearing on Fox 5 New York on Tuesday, Belleville Mayor Michael Melham said he believed the drones were searching for something and suggested it might be a radioactive pin which went missing in early December. In recent weeks, a wave of drone activity has been reported across New York, New Jersey, and other states. Speculation is growing over why the number of sightings has increased, where the drones may have come from, who is flying them, and whether they pose a national security threat. With federal officials offering few answers on the matter and state and local officials having little authority to manage the situation, the public is becoming increasingly concerned about the sightings. The unexplained phenomenon also sparked speculation among members of the public, experts, and lawmakers, with some even turning to conspiracy theories. Okay, you guys want to have fun? Y'all want to have fun? I try to spice up the show a little bit. Yeah, send that to my Gmail. I'll check that on my Gmail. So we have conspiracism. Okay, so it's Iran, right? It's Iran and Russia and China. They're all getting together. Iran, Russia, or Air. Wait a minute. Iran, Irk. Iran, Russia, and China. Or Cree. China, Russia, and Iran. They're planning something to happen in America. They're trying to do the next 9/11. They're trying to do something devastating to America. They're trying to do some kind of radioactive nuclear holocaust, some kind of nuclear winter is going to follow that. They're just starting in New Jersey and New York and the surrounding areas. I'm just alleging. This is all alleged. This is all just spitball. Yes, that's right. That's it. That's it, King. That's my email address. But yeah, so okay, so who's BRIC? Brazil, Russia, is it Iran and China? Somebody, let me make sure. Let me make sure BRIC. Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Excuse me. Is it BRICS? We have no issues with Brazil. We have issues with Russia. We have no issues with India. We have issues with China. We don't have issues with South Africa. I mean, what is it? What are these flying devices? Unidentified aerial objects, UAOs. What are they? What are they for? Who did somebody steal something? Did somebody go behind somebody go behind the curtain? Who did all this? Is Diddy, planning this to distract us? Is this all Diddy's work? To keep us distracted from his criminal cases and his civil suits? What does all this mean? What does any of this mean? That's what I want to know. I would love to know that. So we have to make sure that we have the right idea going into thinking about what these drones are and what their purpose is. Because it's not aliens. Like I said, they're light years away. I had a conversation with Mr. Troy Star Terrain yesterday. He was like, what if there's, aliens in the Pacific underneath the water and stuff like that? I was just like, they would have made contact a long time ago. But he was like, well, no. Well, he said no. Well, what about they don't want to really make contact with people that can solve issues and cure diseases like cancer and has to go to McDonald's and stuff like that. This is a mess. 13X, aliens are neither black nor white because we have no idea where they are and how to even reach them, and they can't reach us. They're multiple light years away. Multiple light years away. The closest, galaxy outside of the Milky Way is multiple light years away. So we would never know if they're black or white. It's just like, they say, the sun is forever. Well, the sun isn't technically forever, but for all intents and purposes for our lives, it's forever. It'll die around 5 billion years from now. That's when the world will really be ending. 5 billion years from now. I mean, that's a definite. That's what scientists project will happen. G Mafia says aliens are clear. Okay. Salute to G Mafia. I didn't know you had the 411 on aliens. I thought aliens had green cards. I thought aliens wore work boots and stood outside in dusty jeans and in those fluorescent colors works shirts and sweatshirts. See, I can't even do this. I can't do this. I've been doing this for over a year and I still am terrible at it, but that's fine. I'll get to it one day. I like science. We need science conversations more. Absolutely, King. That is a fact. We need science. More about reason. And that's the thing with people that believe in faith and believe and have faith. They want to have they want to eat their cake and have it too. They want to eat their faith and have science and rationality too. They'll say that there's certain amount of data and certain amount of rationality, but I gotta believe in Jesus coming off the cross and going up to heaven. There's a heaven. There's a hell. Really? Can you prove it? Can you show that? Is there any way that you can actually deduce and show that there's a heaven and a hell? Is there any way you can do that possibly? See, I'm getting loud. I'm trying not to be loud, but that really irks me. It's just really sad. The life we live right now in the world. I mean, that's why we have to fight for Ayn Rand's ideas. We have to fight for objectivism, because that's the only thing that's going to fight this. Because there are people that actually believe, inducing and giving women different that's not that's not godlike, and that's not that's not meant to be. That's not supposed to be. Well, neither is driving cars. People drive cars and have airplane trips and train rides and submersibles and boat trips. The Amish don't do that unless they had the Rum Springer. Rum Springer frees them from that. But prior to that, they live a very humble, modest, meek life. They wear usually black and white. And they don't use any transportation or use electricity or anything like that. They live very humbly, and I'm not saying that humbly is necessarily a good thing. I'm saying that we have washing machines and MacBooks and televisions and toaster ovens and disposable diapers and stuff like that. All of that is because of science and technology and engineering. That's the only reason why. And mathematics and also art. So make it science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics. That's all we have. That's all there is. Oh, it's a blessing from Jesus. It's a blessing from God, they say. Really? What about the minds and the brains that put in the time and the work and the effort to create these wonderful things we call, stuff? Because that's what it is. They call it stuff, but it's more than stuff. It's consumed products that were the key word, products. A product produced. It had to be produced. It had to be thought of. It had to be figured out in somebody's brain before anything else. That's the beauty. And to say, oh, Jesus, blessed this person. Jesus blessed this table. Jesus and God and Allah and whoever, Vishnu or whatever the case may be. They those are the sad part of our society. Those are the sad parts of our society, that we worship, literally worship, things that aren't real, things that aren't true, and faith and society as well, and not just the faithful, not just people who believe in God. They're atheists that worship nature, that and only nature, and disregard human lives, human prosperity, human thriving, human splendor, and human achievements. They despise that. That's why you have Earth Day and the EPA and all of that. Turn off your TV sets. Turn off turn off the lights. Turn all that off. It's disgusting. Don't run that water for too long. Sacrifice, sacrifice, sacrifice. That's where we are. As a populace, and not just America, the world, human beings. It's just America is the top one. We're at the top spot economically. We're at the top spot, everything but historically, basically. We're like a teenager. Very smart, very whiz-bang kid, got in a lot of fights over his short period as a country. A lot of fights. A lot of fights. Is a kid that's, rough and tumble, Like I said, very smart, very wise, beyond his years, but just can't, stay out of trouble. Pokes his nose where it doesn't need to be. He's very altruistic, very, sacrificing, putting others above self, sacrificing himself for others, sometimes sacrificing others to himself, which he shouldn't do. He should meet everybody as traitors, or she. Maybe the country is a woman. Let's make her a female. She's gotten in a lot of fights, but she is she is the noblest nation ever devised, greatest country ever made in history. And I just got, the luxury, not, it wasn't my doing, but my mother had enough sense, I guess, to say, let's make him sure he's born in the first state and the capital on an Air Force base. So I'm like American through and through. Like if Trump wanted to find out about my birth certificate, he'd just be like, okay, I give up. That's just too much. Like it's too much. But yeah. So there are so many different ways to discuss, the ideas of America and these drones. Don't forget, don't think I forgot about the drones. I just wanted to give just a synopsis of where we are as a country. Because of our founding documents, especially the Declaration of Independence, that is, our greatest human political statement in all of all time. We're not even 300 years old yet. There are countries that are 3,000 years old. We're not even 300, and we became number one in like 100 years. It didn't even take that long. Like 120 years or something like that. We became the number one nation, and then after World War II, we became the number one superpower. I mean, you can't even do it. Your new name is Patriot Sky. Exactly. Yes, I do get patriotic. I do get very patriotic. I'm a Marine. So I do get patriotic about America and her standing in this world. And like I said, and like the late great George Carlin said, he said, if you're born into the world, you're born into a freak show. And if you're born in the United States of America, you have a front row seat. That's facts. That's true. That is true. Because America is very dysfunctional. She's a very dysfunctional child, young lady. She's a very dysfunctional young lady. She's, she's trying to find her way. She's very wealthy. She's the wealthiest goddamn country in the world. And for a long time too. For like since like the mid 19th century on to the mid 20th century. She's been the richest country, and still then. So we have to take account of that. But yeah, so these drones are it's cute. It's all gonna be resolved. It's all gonna be, oh well, somebody, took part in this and they didn't have it. Pilots of aircraft misidentified as drones hit by lasers. I mean, this is just gonna keep going on. No national security risk found after 5,000 tips, FBI and others. FBI urges people not to shoot down mystery drones. Jesus Christ. You have to actually urge people to not shoot down these drones. I mean, of course, somebody in special forces or somebody in the military are using these various drones for a special reason. They're talking about zapping it and putting it in a bag. In recent years, drones swarmed the site of a planned military exercise, forcing U.S. Northern Command, responsible for protecting the homeland from attack, to delay the exercise, one official said. Excuse me for a moment. Excuse me. That wasn't a Coke break, I promise. But this is coming from an official. Says that another senior official said the Pentagon had been too passive in the face of the growing threat. This official offered a solution to an unidentified drone: zap it, put it in a bag, and exploit it for clues about its origin and intent. So I don't know if he's talking about like civilians. I think he's talking about he may be talking about actual people that are adept at taking them down. King says, "Ain't nothing wrong. I'm a patriot under most conditions." It's a little bit of both the radioactive material and they going around Tren de Aragua. I'm not sure what Tren de Aragua. What is Tren de Aragua? There's some in Venezuela. Is that what you're saying? You're saying it's a little bit of both the radioactive material and then going around up there up Tren de Aragua. Tren de Aragua is in Venezuela. It's a transnational criminal organization from Venezuela. Excuse me. So are you saying that this Tren de Aragua? I learned so much from the show. I swear to God, I learned so much from the show. I didn't even know what a Tren de Aragua was. So you're saying that. So what you're saying is that this organization is responsible for these drones? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're talking about? That's the Venezuelan gang that's infiltrated the country. Okay. Yeah, well, I just am completely taken aback by all these different gangs. MS-13. MS-13 seems like a it seems like a almost like a relic of the past. I don't hear too much about them, and I've never heard of Tren de Aragua. I thank you, King. Salute to you, sir. This was never even on my radar screen. It is from YouTube. Tren de Aragua began emerging throughout the United States during the administration of President Joe Biden and saw a surge of migrants crossing the Mexico-U.S. border, particularly from Venezuela. Telemundo, citing multiple criminal cases against suspected members of the gang, wrote in March 2024 that the group evidently also has an increasingly widespread presence in the United States. All right, so they definitely have traveled from the Mexican border all the way up to the northeastern states in America. Apparently, they got rounded up. They're gonna get rounded up, arrested, and or deported. Yeah. I mean, America doesn't play, and that's what I see about President-elect Trump. If he has a better chance at this the second time, all you can do is support him. You have to support whoever's in the lead. I think he's a despicable human being. I think he's low down, low grade. Isn't enough to couldn't come in my house. He's not a very bright person. I'm not a very bright person, but I guess real recognizes real, so if he is able to not do the wall, that's just unbelievable. Let's talk about that for a second. This is the thing with the wall. What is the point? What is the issue with the wall? Why was there even a thing when he was saying, we're going to build a wall, we're going to build a wall, and we're going to make sure Mexico pays for it? Like, I don't even understand that. September 11, 2001, was there a wall that was needed? You had to put up walls against the skyscrapers. That's the walls you have to put up against. The hijackers, all 19 of them, they were able to infiltrate America and go to the flight schools in places like Florida and learn how to fly a plane and ram it into office buildings and into a field in Pennsylvania. I mean, it just boggles the mind. I mean, nobody ever talk. I don't think anybody ever talk about it. That's why I have 2 viewers. I have 2 people that I'm just venting on. They're just taking my words, but you know that nobody ever talks about that. We can make the biggest, baddest wall with, you know, lasers and, you know, concertina wire and, you know, all kinds of different mechanisms for keeping people out. Okay, that's cute, but people gonna still come in some way, somehow. They're gonna dig tunnels. They're gonna go up under you. What do you think El Chapo had? El Chapo had a tunnel into the United States. What is that about? Somebody please break that down for me. Break it down to me like I'm a child, like I'm a 5-year-old. Break it down Barney style. We building a channel over here. It takes a little time. What do you mean a channel? What do you, like a channel for water? Just keep showing up. Yeah, that's what I got to do. That's all I got to do. Like I did with those episodes. I had 9,000 viewers. I had 2,000 viewers. Then I had 88,000 viewers. I'm gonna have 90,000 viewers. I'm gonna have 900,000 viewers. I'm gonna have 9 million viewers. I'm gonna have 9 billion viewers. Trust me, I'm gonna get there. But I'm not ready for that yet. I'm not adept. I'm not completely, without flaws or anything like that. This is still very hard scrabble, kind of broadcast. So, I just had to vent on that. But like I said, look at another example. Drones. Hello, drones don't need a wall. Drones don't need a wall. If they wanted to have drones with bombs on them or some nuclear weapons or something like that, if they got a hold of them and dropped them on America, no wall is going to prevent that from happening. Am I right? Amen, wall. Like, can I get an amen from the congregation of 2 people? I got 4 likes right now, but the drones they're not gonna be stopped by a wall. Those are facts. Black Cuddy salute on the check-in. I appreciate it. It's a fundraiser Wednesday. I appreciate you, sir. I know you're working smart. You're working smart. So I appreciate you, sir. Thank you for chiming in. Thank you for coming into the arena. I appreciate you, sir. As always, salute to you. Salute to you. I was talking about Diddy. Then we got, sidetracking about drugs. There's really nothing more than saying that 3 guys have allegedly said that he had sodomized and assaulted them. So that's just another case. But we're talking about the drones now. We're talking about America. We're talking about the security. We're talking about the Tren de Aragua members. That's the thing I just don't understand about gangs. Why do you want to be in a gang? Why would you even think about being in a gang? Well, it's something like that psychologically. It's a psychological issue. It's like, I want to be a part of something. I want to be something that makes me feel like I'm part of something bigger than me, as people love to say. There's nothing bigger than you. You are your own individual person. But people feel that way. And then in a certain way, that is true. Like the real gangs you should join are the United States military. That's the gangs that you should join. That's the proper way to join a gang. Because if you want to feel something that's bigger than you, yeah, that's bigger than you. Yeah, the Department of Defense spends $800 billion a year trying to make this place safe. And they fail sometimes, of course. And they fail, launching wars against people that really aren't. I'm still confused. People, break this down to me Barney style. Why we haven't rushed into Iran? Why we haven't had at least a SEALs team take out their entire infrastructure, their entire regime? I wonder. All right, Black Cuddy saying, listen, ET are too in women are too light time flying. Any drones that is flying, regardless of the size, when it has a propeller, it's a civilian operated vehicle. The question is who owns it. Very good observation, sir. I appreciate that. Thank you for telling me about that. Because I was wondering myself, what the hell is a drone besides a helicopter? Because Iran has nukes. It ain't that simple. Well, this is the thing I think. Pakistan has nukes. They can definitely have something, but we took out Osama bin Laden like it was nothing. So they have their known nuclear capacity as well. Iran can be wiped out. The regime, the people are just like I said with the Wizard of Oz. Everybody can relate to the Wizard of Oz. There's not a single person over the age of 3 or 4 years old, or maybe 5 years old, that has not seen the 1939 version of Wizard of Oz. And everybody remembers the guys, oh yo, the Wookiee Guard. I think that's what their name, the Wookiee Guard. So they were with the witch. They were like, all right, we got to do the witch's bidding. We got to do everything that she says to do. And when Dorothy splashed the water on her, I hope that's not a spoiler. She's I'm melting, and she goes away and dies. It's the second witch she kills inadvertently. So it's like involuntary manslaughter on Dorothy's part. But they said you've killed her. You've killed the Wicked Witch of the East, or the West. Excuse me, the Wicked Witch of the West. Her sister was the Wicked Witch of the East. You killed the Wicked Witch of the West. And they're like, oh hail Dorothy, oh hail Dorothy. That's what that would happen with the Iranians. People that are on the fence, people that are totally against the regime, people that are for the regime will probably be like, oh, you know what? Maybe these Americans are right. So let's get the SEAL team, in there. Let's get some kind of recon Marines or some kind of Green Berets or whatever the case may be, and just take out the regime. Just take out the Ayatollah, the supreme leader. Take out all his affiliates, everybody that's under him, all his associates. Take out all of them. He says, hell yeah. Well, I'm serious. That's what I think about all the time. I'm like, what? We've done this before. We didn't wage a war against Pakistan to get Osama bin Laden. We snuck through his house and put a bullet in his brain. And then put him in a ship and sipped him off and put him off into the ocean. It's just that simple. It's very clear cut. It's not anything we have to even consider. I mean, why aren't we talking about that? We're talking about all this BS. It's like almost literal BS. It stinks that bad. We're talking about Diddy. We're talking about all this stuff. Let's talk about something real. Let's talk about national security. Let's talk about guarding our borders with intelligence. A wall is not going to do it. They can dig tunnels. People are flying over the wall. That's another point to make sure about Israel. Israel has a wall. Did that stop them from Hamas and its affiliates from going in and terrorizing and killing thousands of people? No. So who thinks that a wall will defend us in what we do? Because I heard when I was in the psychiatric ward, this is the best thing you have to be when you're in the psychiatric ward. You have to be around people that say things that are true. And there was one guy who said, he told me he was like from same place that French Montana's from. I think he's from Morocco. He was saying, like, I know people in this country that are not here for work or money. They're just here to cause trouble. And that's that. Most people don't want to hear that, but that's the facts. That's very true. So it's very distressing to me. There's 4 people and 4 likes. I'm not mad. 13X says, Skylar, when you gonna start a cooking channel? I would love to do a cooking channel. That'd be really awesome. I think I would get a lot of views from that too. A lot of watch hours. When am I starting a cooking show? I'm only allowing 13X to get this question too, because usually it's $10 per person, but I'm allowing 13X since he stayed on. But I'm gonna have to give you. Matter of fact, let me give you this. So 13X gets a moderator. He's got a wrench. You're one of a kind. You're a real one. Cooking with Skylar. LOL. Exactly. That I'll be cooking up all kind of recipes. I'll probably do prison food. People love to hear stories about, well, how do they cook in jail? Oh, they got all kinds of recipes in jail. They got all kinds of things with ramen noodles and hot dogs and ketchup, and that makes their own kind of spaghetti. You know, you can make let me see, what does it say? Good looking Brooklyn. Good looking Brooklyn. I like that. That sounds like a movie title. That sounds like a good movie title. Good looking Brooklyn. They're called spreads. What's called a spread? What's a spread? 13X. What's a spread? I got 5 viewers now. 5 viewers, and I'm about to go out. I'm about to be out of here. Got 5 viewers. Oh, jail food. Oh, spread. Okay, I didn't see. My dumb ass didn't even know that. It's jail food. Okay, yeah. So they put everything. They got chips. They crunch up, put in different pots. Different meals and stuff like that. They have their own way. They have to get permission to use hot water. They got to get permission to use like a hot plate. They can only be supervised while making the hot plate. I was watching a oh my god, there was it was an Instagram post. This woman and her bunkmate, she was showing how she's got to have the plastic TV with the transparent, mechanism, the transparent radio. She had a bag of Skittles, I think, on her desk. Her bunkmate was, on the toilet at the time. Like it was just a whole ratchet mess. It was just crazy. But I'm sure they know how to make some good jail food, some spread. I'm pretty sure they know how to make some spread. But hey, it's been real. I appreciate it. I got up to 10 viewers. Okay, look. Okay, 13X is saying, look up Cooking with Kaya. She going viral right now for having a cooking channel, and females is hating on her. Uh-oh. Mega pause. So I do appreciate everybody that came in here. I think I can name everybody that came in here. I'm pretty sure I can do that. It was King. Let me say his full name. King Hazy, only here YouTube channel. Did I say that right? I can't see. Hold on. It's gonna go dark. King Hazy, only Hayes YouTube channel. Okay, King Hazy, only Hayes YouTube channel. 13X. G Mafia. And Black Cuddy. Looks like that's the only ones that came through. So I appreciate every one of you. Salute. Thank you very much for sticking around. I can't believe I made it past an hour. I was just venting this show. See you later on the Starport. Make sure you tap in. I'll see about it. I'm going to try to. Every time I tap in, I get more subscribers. So I appreciate that. So thank you very much. Take care.